Hey Chad, you got this tape queued up?
Don't get hit, buddy.
Here's my regimen as I go on stage, right? About 7 to 9 beers in a half an hour.
Careful, Nick bites.
That early in the morning,
Dude, you see it going? You see me over there?
Chap, Nick, it's Nick. Oliveri.
Nick, what's going on, man?
Nick will do it with you because Josh will take a million years to get back. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, and if he comes in, then he can just step in.
Okay, yeah, just tell him to come on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. So, 10 minutes, is that the mean?
Yeah, 10 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Quick. Yeah, we might have you sit over there. The lights a little brighter.
Here's a pizza can.
This is for like a TV show here in St. Louis. And we do like live stuff and videos. And
Right on, right on.
it should be pretty cool. I'm Chad. That's
I'm Matt.
Matt.
Hey,
Hey,
how's it
Matt,
going?
how you doing,
Matt's
man?
Matt too.
Hey, what's
Matt.
up? Good to meet you.
What's happening?
Hey man, we're live. We've
Ready
been
to go?
live. We've been live for a while. Yeah.
cool. I just want to start off by saying like your new album is really rocking. I really enjoy it, and
Thanks,
I think
man.
it's like a really. I mean, I'm sure you guys hear it quite a bit now, but it's a really cool album.
Thanks a
And
lot.
first, I guess the sound progression, how it's gone from your last one to the next one. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, it's like, you know, we didn't want to make the same record twice, and you know, so there's a lot more diversity from song to song, you know, on the new record, and you never want to do, like I said, the same thing twice. You know, we still have our tone and the way that we play, but you know, it's like it wasn't a stretch, but it was, you know, it was fun to experiment and try new things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I read in some magazine or newspaper, it was like you said that your sound kind of changed because you're tired of almost like all the critics saying this is like stoner rock and like, you know, what can they call this new album now? Because there's just so much elements to it and
Rock and roll.
Yeah, it's
Rock and roll.
And now I know I guess Chris Goss helped produce it too, and I know Queens of the Stone Age have worked with him before, and the other side projects.
Yeah, Caius worked with
too.
Chris, and I hadn't worked with him since like '92 when we did Blues of the Red Sun, but he did 3 Caius records, and yeah, it was fun to work with them again because, you know, it's fun to work with somebody that you trust their taste and you're comfortable with working with them, you know, so it was really cool to work with him again.
And then I guess Josh kind of co-produced too, and I know he has like a lot to do with the actual producing of the albums.
Absolutely.
It's like a real good connection, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he to me, he actually produced the record, and Chris co-produced, but you know, it's the way it's worded, you know.
Now, as far as like I guess the songs that you sing and write, there's more of them on this album now. How was that going along or coming?
Well, we co-wrote a lot of stuff, and Josh wrote a lot of the stuff. I wrote a few of them, and it's just comfortable to work with Josh, you know. I worked with him a long time ago, and we all did different bands and everything, so it's something that we wanted to do with this band, was bring all the different flavors of music, you know, together into one band, you know. And so that's why I think the songs change from you know, one might be real like a psychedelic kind of song, and then like kind of like a punk flavor, and you know, something real heavy, and then something that's like a breath of fresh air, you know. So it moves around a lot, you know.
Yeah, because I've noticed like it's like more of the typical songs you sing are more kind of punkish sounding, and like the stuff you did on the Desert Sessions that you actually sing on too are more of a harder flavor. I don't know where you what your style is or
Oh, I'm
background
pissed
more.
off, man. No, I just I like to let it out, you know, talk shit, have a laugh, you know. it's fun, you know.
Uh-huh. All right, now we just got your video. And if you want to talk about the actual concept behind that.
Well, pretty much it was like a friend of ours, John Prazzi, we'd seen his work. He'd done a couple Earthlings videos, and it was kind of like put it in his hands and let him do it, which was something for us that was like, we don't look from, you know, we don't do camera work. It's something that we don't do, so like put it in the hands of somebody that we trust, and which we normally don't do, you know. But I'm not a cameraman, so, and neither is Josh, so what are you gonna do?
Now, what was the concept? Is that any of your guys' ideas, or is that mainly his?
Well,
ideas?
yeah, going into the different rooms is the band's idea, but at the same time, it's like the actual vision that's going on in the video is has a lot to do with John and everybody involved. It's like, I don't really like videos myself, but they don't get played.
Is that the first video that you guys done?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you can jump on in there.
Josh, come on. I want to talk to you.
Tricking me. Scoot over, honey.
They want to talk to you, man. Because I'm just talking shit.
What did I do?
Tell them the truth, because I'm just lying, man.
Look at my cuts. Look at my scabs.
I started briefly talking about, I guess, the producing, which you've done a lot of on this album and past albums before, and I guess
Told them all lies, man.
you seem to usually have like a pretty heavy hand in most of the music that you're involved with, and I just want to have you like talk about that. Or
Well, it's a lot of fun to do, and yeah, it's like it's a lot of fun to do, and you're chasing sounds in your head, and sometimes if someone else is there, they're actually in the way, and they're filtering.
I didn't lie to him on this one. I told him that it's worded, produced by Chris Goss, co-produced by you, but flip them.
well, I know some of you've worked with Chris Goss a lot in the past too. Is he just a guy you feel comfortable with?
We're just good friends as a start, and he has good taste, so it's kind of like the studio should be fun, and it should be a good place to be. And so if we're friends, and he's got good taste, and a taste that's has many similarities, but also the same amount of differences, like, I feel like it can't go wrong, so to speak. Yeah.
Okay. Also, he was talking about this too. When did you actually start with Caius too? Because I know
You were like 15, I was 14. Like,
we thought you guys were
Early.
really young as an actual music progression here.
yeah.
We still are. We're like,
Yeah.
you're 21. I'm 22.
I'm 15 and he's 16.
Been a long year, huh?
Been a long year.
Yeah, that's why you gotta have a bus. You guys can't drive anywhere.
We can't drive anymore.
Also in the liner
Too many
notes,
accidents.
there's you got a reference saying that I guess the chorus in the Better Living is from Bjork, or
Yeah, I wanted to put Stolen from Bjork, but Interscope thought that would make us like vulnerable to being sued by Bjork, but I don't think she would mind. So Inspired was their a neutral wording for because the chorus says there's no one here, people everywhere, which is directly lifted from a song called Crying by Bjork. But it's the only thing that worked. I tried to change it a million times, but what are you gonna do?
yeah. So as far as like outside influences musically, do you guys get like different inspiration from
Bjork.
Straight from Bjork? That's all. No, because you guys' sound is everywhere from, like I was telling him, like you guys got punk songs to like just straight rock songs to like more slower songs, and so a wide variety.
The way I take that word, the word influence, is you watch someone else do their own thing and you go, I really like that, we should do our own thing too. Not mimicry. We're lucky enough to be right here, right now, playing music. So we're pretty much obligated to like find our own thing and push it out, you know.
And when you do steal, you put it in the record like inspired by Bjork.
Yeah, you just acknowledge what the truth is, you know what I mean?
Well, it sounds like a pretty fresh sound for like what's really popular now, as far as like the heavy metal sounds and I don't know the rap influenced metal too. It's a pretty big change, I guess, for the mainstream
Yeah, I mean
market.
that's more like that's what's going on out there in the world, you know what I mean? But we don't do that, so it looks farther away, you know what I mean? We're never gonna rap, and if rap metal is big, then it makes us look even farther away, because that's not really an option for us, because Nick and I are white, and white kids really shouldn't rap.
I wish I was a brother, because I'd have some fucking soul, man. And I'd be able to fucking play the bass right. But, you know, I play it white, and it's like, whatever. It's not good enough, but I try, man. I try.
It's good effort.
See,
try.
we make up for the lack of soul by trying really hard.
It's 110% effort then, huh?
Yeah, E for effort.
Yeah.
And one of the last questions is
Is that what E is for?
That's what E is for.
Oh, fuck. I told you were wrong, dude. Okay.
But you've got like some guest artists on your new album too, with Rob Halford and then Mark Lang, and they actually sang one of your songs.
Yeah.
How did you, I guess, hook up with those guys?
Well, Halford was an accident. He was just in the other studio, and we were like, you gotta ask them. I mean, the worst he'll do is go like, no, you know. But Lanigan and the other guys are friends of ours, and you know.
You played in the trees, man.
Yeah. And it seems like for this record, in order for us to like push it out and the diversity of it, like I'm not the singer, I'm just the guy that sings some of the songs. It don't matter who sings more or less. And it don't matter, like Mark sings the song he sings better than Nick and I do, so it seemed natural to go like, well, you'll do it better, so you should do it, you know, you should do it. Why should I do a worse version? And you know, it seems like it should be a party.
Is that kind of like how the Desert Sessions?
This is
kind of
like
seem influenced
this
too?
record is like a calculated Desert Sessions.
Yeah.
One that was like thought of first, instead of Desert Sessions is like, hello everyone, let's get started on what? I don't know. All right, let's go. You
In
know?
the Fade was tailored to like Josh and Chris. The song was really heavy, and it was like tailored for fucking. We're live on the air.
That's
Don't worry about that.
Fuck. For Mark to sing it, you know, from you know, changing a bass line to a guitar part, you know, it's like it was tailored for him to sing it, you know, because he's a fucking badass.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking for spots to put Mark. You know what I mean? I mean, his voice is better than mine and his put together, and then doubled, and then double it again. And so we were like looking around, like working, and neither of us could sing it, but we knew it was a cool song, and so we were like,
Yeah,
Herr Doctor.
It works really well.
And it shows that we don't care what the lineup is, which is something we need to say, you know. As long as it's
we'll
cool,
be selfish
play.
on the next record.
Yeah.
Well, so what do you think, like, in the future then, Queens of the Stone Age albums are gonna like go towards as far as vocals and sounds and?
We call it working egolessly, which for us means it don't matter who does it as long as we all go, yeah, that's cool. Because that's all we're really trying to do is excite ourselves, and we feel like if we're excited, there's a good chance you might be too. That's like all we can kind of go on. So I would say much of the same, like working egolessly, like play the good shit, leave the rest out, you know. Even if that's 7 songs on a record, then let it be 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, and also this album here, like the last song, it just is like, it cuts off right there too. You know,
What do you mean?
with the very last song, it doesn't like fade out or anything, it just kind of like cuts. It doesn't,
Yeah.
and then the album before, it's got like kind of the weird sounds in the vocals and.
They're actually the same thing done with different instruments, if you think about it. Like, they're both broken. imitations of broken robots. One's done with like hard mid-range analog keyboards. The other one's done with horns. But they're like flapping their mud flap about the same idea, you know. That's what seemed to be almost like comedy about that.
And was it, I guess, are they both planned that way, or is it just
Yes.
chance planned?
Yeah.
I needed an ending in it. I think it's a good ending.
Yeah, they're both meant to annoy, but in a comfortable way. Comfortably annoying, deliberately annoying. The first one's supposed to like blow your speakers, but the guy wouldn't do it. It's supposed to get so loud that, like, what if you listened to a record that you really dug, and the last song made your speakers go poof? And that was the idea, but he wouldn't do it because he didn't want to be responsible for it. But that's just pussy shit.
And now I'm
Yeah.
that blows up your speakers.
That'd be so hot.
Would be the shit.
I mean, it gets loud, but it doesn't get as loud as it should get. That's cool.
It pulls the effect off, though.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it, unless there's anything else you want to add to this. Tell the fans out there anything
Hello,
special.
my name is Josh.
I need a drink. I'm going.
Let's.
And you're watching
Can I do?
Leprous TV.
Yeah, let's do one. Can I do a promo for our TV show?
What's
You
it
guys
called?
You're saying your
Leprous
name,
TV.
and you're watching Leprous
All
TV.
right, you ready?
We're
I'm
doing it
ready.
together.
Hello, my name is Josh H. from Queens of the Stone Age, and you're watching Leprous TV. Blood and all.